Yo, so guys, Bonfire here back from the video, and today we're going to be hopping into another defense in Madden 24. Today we're going to be running spinner out of the dollar formation. This has been pretty highly requested, so that's what we're going to bring to you guys. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the channel down below. We're on the road to 25k subscribers, so if you're new, make sure you join the crew and hit that subscribe button for these daily videos. Turn on those notifications to never miss an upload. But we're going to be back in the dollar formation. You guys showed a lot of love on the DB Fire one, so I figured I'd follow it up with the spinner, the man coverage alternate version. And with spinner here, we have a pretty simple setup. Now, 4-6 defensive playbook. I will be bringing an ebook on that shortly. Just be patient. I might also bring a Bengals offensive ebook. That's been highly requested. So, again, we have a lot of videos. I want to do those. I want to do my top playbooks video. So we have a lot planned, but we have plenty of time and plenty of content to go around. So spinner, what you can do with this formation is you can, I think I accidentally chose the wrong play, but you can put your safeties at linebackers as a user. Feel free to do that if you would like. The linebackers are solid as well, so it's dealer's choice, really. I'll throw one over here. And then you're just going to run spinner over here. No really coaching adjustments are needed. We'll talk about backsided things that you can do. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. So anyways, without further ado, we're going to hop into our setup now. And setup is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be very similar to the DB Fire 2-1, almost identical. But there's going to be a couple of extra things you'll do. And I'll talk about some of the backside adjustments that you can do to get better results with this blitz, because there are some things you can do. Now, the basic way, the most easy way to make it your life easier is just going to be taking a look at our defense. Let's reset. First thing I'll do is take a look. You're going to have 7 people blitzing, 4 people manned up. Now, on normal plays, there's going to be about, 5 people going out on routes. So you're going to have to man up somebody. I'll usually just man up that linebacker on the same side. It's going to be Kendricks in this case. You can just man him up on the running back. And then what we're going to do is just pinch the defense. That's going to press your corners. It's also going to move these corners in. You can move these guys in a step if you'd like. The next thing I like to do is slant outside, and then all you have to do is you can also pass commit. Pass commit does help. Now they may run the ball. It's not necessary to pass commit, but I have heard that it helps. I've seen that it helps a little bit. But anyways, you're just going to pretty much hover there, send your pressure, and watch the blitz do its thing. So overall, fairly simple. You get these really nice results, and not much more you could ask for it. The main reason why people love man blitzes is because it's difficult. A lot of the man beaters in this game are going to be longer developing routes, so you need time. And if someone's running a man blitz, you really have 2 options. Your first one is going to be trying to get the football out of your hands quickly, or the second one is going to be to try and block the blitz by blocking everybody. So in this case, he's going to have to block 1 or 2 extra people depending on it, because a lot of times this corner can get free as well, and it could be a situation where you get 2 people free. Nonetheless, we do get this guy free, and nobody's really open. The zig right here, it's not open. You can't really, and you have to throw it here to get the ball off. Obviously, it ends up being open. Certain routes will end up being open. The personnel that we have out there isn't particularly calculated. I don't think our outside corner is the best, but obviously you can do certain different things. So maybe you move these safeties down a little bit. You could shade over the top if you would like. You can keep the press. I will usually keep the press coverage, but it does depend on who you have on your football field. So again, you see a situation where we just run it normally. We get that very quick pressure. And again, there's not much that you can do as an offensive player. If we go to a bunch formation, which is going to be this, it's not really gun bunch, but it kind of basically is. So this is the bunch X nasty, which is actually a formation I was really checking out to begin the year. So with this formation, what you can go ahead and do is I'll usually fix the spacing up a little bit if I need. You're not making too many adjustments, so it is perfectly fine to do it. Again, just slanting outside, you can pass commit, and then I would maybe do some cross man action. So I'm going to actually man up the safety on him, and then I'll man up this linebacker on the tight end, just to make things easier, because you don't want the safety to be cross manned on the tight end, because if he's on a simple flat or an out route, that's an easy snap throw. because you're not really going to be able to user it that fast. But nonetheless, we will just stand here, snap the ball, and again, nothing really changes. So it might actually be better against something like a bunch versus a spread formation. Typically, I do think it's easier to blitz bunch because everybody is just so congested. It's tough to spread out the field and find open routes, whereas at least if you're trying to beat a blitz from a spread formation, you can throw people on curls and the user cannot defend everything in the same area. Whereas in bunch, everybody is so congested, you can really just run over to the bunch side and take away almost a lot of the man beaters that he's hoping to get open. So that is one of the reasons that I would actually prefer playing against something like a bunch in this case, whereas even like a tight would be a little bit more difficult just because you have just a bit better spacing. So again, run it, and it does seem to be just consistently getting through for the boys there. So showed it against some other formations. Bunch tight end actually did seem to be a decent beater for this formation. Just the spacing was a little bit weird. You can kind of see just right off the bat it is a little bit odd. You're still going to man up this guy, but just a lot of congestion, and sometimes if your defensive players are getting bumped, the blitz won't come through as clean. Now we still almost get the defensive end there free, but you see it doesn't end up working as well. So things like that can happen. Bunch tight end is one of those formations that I do find difficult to blitz just because. So maybe you can strategize that. If you were facing a bunch tight end, an option to run the blitz is just to still send everybody and just take usering into your own hands, which is a concept that I will do, especially if I notice him blocking his running back a lot. Then there's no reason to man him up and waste an extra guy. You can just blitz this extra linebacker and kind of take advantage from that standpoint. So if he blocks his running back, you just send that extra guy. Now again, you won't necessarily know if he's blocking his running back. You want to pick up on his tendencies. If he is consistently blocking his running back, you know it's safe to user him. And in a normal situation, it's probably safe to user him as well because the running back can only go on certain routes. It's easy to tell what direction he's going in. So again, they block the running back. It should not be of too great concern. And this time you get a different guy getting through. It's going to be just the guy up the middle, which is probably a little bit better because he's getting there faster, especially if you have a safety there or a fast linebacker. So honestly, it's probably going to play in your favor if he goes with a 6-man protection. And once again, what is he going to have to do? He's going to have to block 7. So either has to get the ball off quickly. Again, who's going to be open? He has to get the ball out right here. Probably a little bit earlier, right about here. Who's open? You can maybe throw to the tight end. My user's over there. So, there's nowhere to go with the football. It's just difficult press coverage this year. It's going to be nice. And again, especially in the beginning of the year where everybody's slow, not everybody has abilities, not all of the good abilities are, used or incorporated, it becomes very challenging to beat man blitzes, which is why you'll see a lot of people just use them. If he does send the running back out, you can kind of recover like that. Now I am using a slower linebacker, but you can recover like that and just simply user the route. It's not too challenging. So again, I got bumped there, but I would really be all over that unless it was, and again, a lot of the routes are easier to pick up on. Really, nobody open. This out route gets a little bit open just because of the weird play design. We get an inside press animation, which kind of throws things off. So, and that is another reason why I don't hate bringing these safeties down if he's going with heavy routes. But you also don't want to get beat over the top, which is the most important thing in this case. So, but anyways, we're going to take that segue into some bluff blitz scenarios out of this play. So what you can do first, I'm going to switch up some things. I don't want these safeties manned up on the guys if I don't have to. So immediately I'm going to switch a couple of routes or just players who are manned up on different guys. So what we have now, I'm going to throw in a little inside third here, and then we can throw X on like a little curl flat. So really what I did is I put those slot corners in man coverage against the receivers. I will show it against a different formation as well, but you can just man them up on different players, and then with the safeties, you're free to do whatever you want. Still hover here, and of course the play is going to look the exact same. So now he snaps the ball, or maybe he's blocking his running back. Now there's, again, if he's hitting you with that corner route, probably be over there and user. I wasn't really paying attention to my user, but corner routes are the routes that will get open this year. Typically, corners and crossers will eat Be careful about the streaks as well. If he has fast players, feel free to shade over the top. You can even maybe back up your man coverage if you feel the need to. But simply if I wanted to take care of that, all I would do is something like this. And then you're just flipping it. And now you just made up the linebacker on the running back instead. And now, again, obviously you can set your zone drops, but he does a better job in man coverage there anyway. So that is one idea of a bluff blitz. As far as some other potential things that you could do, it's going to be difficult to go straight from man to a zone, so I probably would have advised against that. But you can throw like zones over here, and then you still man up the running back, so you can get a bit creative, go with like a vert hook, or you can go 2 curl flats and straight 2-man under, and then kind of take the deep middle of the field responsibility to yourself. I would over here and defend like a deep post if I needed to. So again, a lot of those man beaters will be going to the outside. That is a way to counteract that. Just throwing some zones out there to help out. But obviously you're sending 3 people, so you want some good pass rushers if that's going to be your plan, because the pressure will certainly not be great from that sense. But that is pretty much going to wrap up the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you smack a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel down below. Let me know what you want to see next. I already talked about a few of the things I had planned, but always open to other suggestions as well. And peace. I'm out of here.